This video from Robb Armstrong is sponsored by nobody.
What's up? What's going on? Welcome to an episode of Cycle Talk. I am your host, Mr. Robb Armstrong, and who am I? I'm your recreational cyclist, bro. I ain't got no crazy FTP. I'll probably get dropped on a group ride, but I'll probably also got one of the nicest bikes on the group ride. And if something happens to your bike and you can't get into the bike shop, I'm probably the guy that you probably could call because I probably know how to fix it, bro. So that's kind of like me in a nutshell. So I've been wanting to do this for a while and basically kind of like talk some bike with some folks and then kind of get some dialogue going, right? So today we're going to talk about three things, right? We're going to talk about bib shorts, we're going to talk about Zwift Racing, and we're going to talk about rotors, disc brake rotors. So jumping right into it, right? And I want to let y'all know this video is sponsored by, hold on, let me see real quick. All right, here we go. This video is sponsored by my wallet. Bro, don't nobody send me nothing, man. Trust me, I've been asking folks, but ain't nobody sending me nothing. So everything I'm always talking about, everything I show you is my own stuff. It's out of my own pocket. I give you my own honest opinion. And if I think someone's going to waste their money, I'm not going to recommend them to you. So anyway, those three things. The first thing, bib shorts, right? My question to y'all is like, how long should a pair of bib shorts last, bro? Because like, I was watching this thing the other day and the guy gets on there and he's like, man, a pair of good bib shorts should last you like 3-4 months. I was like, what? 3 to 4 months? That's like, dude, that's mad quick, bro. That's mad quick. I'm like, who is going through bib shorts in like 3 to 4 months, man? I'm like, dude, like last year in 2022, I rode like 4,100 miles on the year. And the year before that, in 2021, I rode about, I want to say like maybe like 32 or 3,300 miles. So I would say like an average, I'm probably riding like 3,500 miles a year, right? In my opinion, I think a good pair of bib shorts should last you at least a year. A year. So like last year when I rode, like I said, I rode 4,100 miles. I probably had about maybe like 6 sets of bib shorts, and I kind of like rotated through those bib shorts. Now, the year before that, I think I had like 4 or 5, and I got rid of those at the end of that year, and it wasn't because like they wore out. I was wearing a lot of Specialized stuff. I was wearing the Specialized SL line of bibs, but then I had transitioned to the Rafa, and then all my old bibs, I just put them all together and I sold them as a lot on eBay, and somebody bought them, so I just used that money to get into some new bibs. But my Rafa bibs now, I've probably been riding them for about a year, and I think they pretty legit, right? When it comes to the lifespan of these bibs, I'm gonna tell you who you don't want to be. You don't want to be that guy on the ride with the see-through bibs, bro. That ain't a good look. And I know everyone has seen this person, right? Like you just riding your bike, you mind your own business, and all of a sudden you look up and buddy got his like whole ass out there, like. And for the guy that's riding them see-through bibs, I'm kind of low-key not even really mad at you. I'm mad at your friends, bro. Your friends are messed up, bro. Your friends should be telling you like, hey man, it's time for some new bibs. And if for some reason you're so emotionally attached to these bibs, you don't even have to throw them away, bro. Just wear them inside on a trainer. Don't wear them outside. So I guess, yeah, how long do you think a pair of bib shorts should last? And then also, do you think there's a difference between a quality bib short and then like a cheap one? Dude, you cannot beat a good set of bibs like by a reputable brand, something with a nice chamois in there. And I say that because when I first started riding, I was riding the eBay bibs, the Amazon bibs, and I remember I was at a bike shop and I was talking to a guy about getting comfortable on the bike, and he was like, "Man, you got to get you some good bib shorts." And I remember I looked at the price and I was like, man, I could get these for like 20-30 bucks. He's like, man, that's not it. You got to get you a good pair of bibs. And they do make a difference, man. If there's ever someone that I'm talking to that's is interested in getting into cycling or just getting into cycling, I highly recommend that you got to get you a good set of bibs, man. I think it really, really makes a difference on your comfort level on the bike. And as everyone knows, if you're not comfortable, you're not going to ride the bike, bro. So get you a good set of bibs. And let me know, do you think a good quality set of bibs makes a difference when you're on the bike? All right, jumping on to the next thing, right? Zwift Racing, bro. Are y'all Zwift Racing? Because you know, I always say, if you're not Zwift Racing, what are you doing with your life? And since I said that, right now the Tour de Watopia is going on, and I'm not Zwift Racing right now. And I asked myself, like, what am I doing with my life, man? And the thing that was crazy, I told my dad about the Tour de Watopia, and he already started. He already won. He already rode stage one, and he crushed it. And you know, I'm looking at his stats on Zwift Power and stuff. So I'm like, I really need to get up and ride that stage one so I could get it underneath my belt. But the thing that's so crazy is that my little cycling community here, right? When I'm talking to my folks, I'm like, hey man, are y'all Swift racing? Or hey, this Tour de Zwift is coming up, or you know, Tour de Watopia. None of these guys Swift race, like none of them. And they're not even interested in it. And it just, I don't know, it kind of just blows my mind that they're not even interested in it. And I'm trying to get them just at least to try it, you know, because if you haven't Zwift race, man, it's a whole nother vibe. It's just, I really think it's good. It's very, very competitive. And it's just like, if you don't like riding a smart trainer, when you Zwift race, I don't know, man, it's just like a switch that comes on and it really makes you want to go. Now, if you already have an indoor setup, I highly encourage you to try it. Now, if you don't have a Zwift setup and all that, okay, I can see why you're not even interested in it. But if you have an indoor setup, you gotta try Zwift racing, man. You gotta try it. And anyone that's doing Zwift racing, I highly recommend that you get a Zwift Power profile and then you link the accounts together, because Zwift Power holds all your race data. It gives you a different set of matrix to look at and to analyze after your races, and then it just lets you know where you really rack and stack as you race. Because like my Zwift is linked to my Strava, and after like a Zwift race, I can see the stats on Strava, but it's not the same. It don't tell you like your 3-second power, your 5-second power, your 1-minute power, 20-minute power, let you know your watts per kilo, and then let you know the rack and stack, and let you know what category you're in, whether you're in A, B, C, and all that other good stuff. If you're not Zwift racing, man, I'm telling you, what are you doing with your life? But you got to try it, man. So I guess the question is, are y'all out here Zwift racing? And if not, you know, why aren't you Zwift racing? The third topic, right? Last topic, rotors. Have y'all seen the new Dura Ace Rotors? Now, how long they've been out, I don't know. But when I bought my my new wheel set, my Bontrager RSL 51s, I was going to use my old rotors from my Pro 51s, but I was like, you know what, let me get some new rotors. And then I find out about these dang on Dura Ace rotors, and I'm going to show you what they look like, bro. Look at these things, right? These things look freaking sick, bro. Oh my goodness, they look so good. And these are my Bontrager Aeolus RSL 51s, and I got my decals on there, the orange and whites. They look so good, man. So one of my questions is like, do you know about these rotors? And then also, what is your rotor setup, man? Because my first set of disc wheels came with rotors on them, and I was running a 160 up front and then the 160 out back. But on this new set of wheels, I'm switching it up, and I'm going with the 160 up front, and then I'm going with the 140 out back. One of the reasons I'm doing that is because the 160 is so large. When I'm taking my wheel off and on the bike, the rotor was hitting my frame, man. It was hitting my frame so much that I put like a piece of vinyl on there because I didn't want it to scratch my frame. And it's even to the point like it kind of then ate through that piece of vinyl. And of course it didn't mess up the frame because I got the vinyl there, but I'm like, yo, this rotor is freaking huge, man. And then also when y'all putting those 160s on the rear, you know you got to have that little spacer in there. And I'll put a video up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, this is what I'm talking about. The rotor is so large that when I'm taking this wheel on and off, sometime the rotor smacks the frame. And you can see it's kind of eating through that vinyl. But I put that piece of vinyl right there so that way it wouldn't mess up my frame. And it's just because the rotor is so large. But I think going from the 160 down to the 140 will be way better for frame clearance and all that other good stuff. But it's just smacking the frame a little bit. Like I said, that's why I put that piece of vinyl down there. And how I was hitting my frame, but I didn't like that, and anything that's going to hurt my frame, I'm really not interested in. With this new setup, I went to a 140 rotor because It's better for clearance. And then also I didn't have to have that little spacer in there. And for me, I just felt like it was a better, I just didn't want that extra piece in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the brake caliper, this little spacer, and then the frame. I'd rather have the caliper connected directly to the frame and not have to worry about that. And then also, I think the 140 looks just a little bit cleaner in the back. Just looks more streamlined. And then, like, I was watching GCN the other day, and they do like the pro bikes, and they're showing, you know, they're going through the breakdown, how people bike set up, their stem length and all that other stuff. And then some of the guys were running 140s in the front and 140s in the back. And I was like, I've never seen that before, you know. And then I asked myself, like, are they losing like any braking power? But then I also told myself, like, they pros, man. They probably not stopping. You know, they probably using their brakes to slow down a little bit, but they pretty much on the gas all the time. So having a 140 rotor instead of a 160, it probably didn't matter to them, you know. But for me, I need to stop, bro. So I'm gonna keep my 160 in the back. But like I said, on my new setup, I'm running a 160 in the front and then a 140 out back. And I guess my question to y'all is like, what type of rotors are you running? And then what's your rotor setup, man? Are you running 160s all the way around, 140s all around? And you know, they got some new rotors out, or the bigger ones, the 180s. And I know that's kind of like in a mountain bike category, but some people are putting 180s on their road bike, man. And that's freaking insane, man. But that wraps it up, man. That's Cycle Talk, man. The first episode in the book. So please comment below. If you are liking the content, man, please consider subscribing to the channel. At least like the video, man. Give me something. Let's get this algorithm going and let's grow the channel. And as always, that's all I got for y'all, man. I'm out.